Is okay, stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you something pretty crazy that I've just discovered here today. Right, okay, so we're on Boris watch. Boris Johnson must be put under very serious scrutiny over the next few months because there is a danger that he could sell out the fishermen. Now, it would appear now at the minute that Boris Johnson, well, not him himself, but it has been suggested that he may just sell out fishermen in doing a trade deal with the European Union. Now, the European Union have been threatening us already over fishing waters because it's obviously a big deal to them, and if we take back total control, then they're fucked, right? But if you remember, before the referendum, that there were a series of promises made, and there's one thing that the Remainers tend to tell you all the time, is that the promises that were made at the time aren't going to be kept, and have not been kept so far. They like to say that all the time, right? But then when you ask them specifics, they don't really know. They can't really come up with specific promises. But I can tell you some specific promises of what were made, okay? And the first thing was taking back control of laws, borders, finances, trade, and fisheries. There was no doubt as to what it meant, what Brexit meant when taking back control. Of course, there's a group out there called Fishing for Leave, and I can guarantee you that a vast majority of the fishermen in this country voted for Brexit because they promised to take back control of fishing waters, right? Now, we have to now decide on who is Boris going to stand up for. Is he going to stand up for the working class people, who are, many of which are his new voting base? You can count among that probably fishermen all across the country. Or is he going to stand up for the bankers, spelt with a W? Now, if he takes the side of the fishermen, not only will he gain himself a lot of points amongst the Brexiteers and working class people, but he will also gain himself major brownie points in Scotland. And right now that's where he needs to win over a lot of people, because the Scots have got it in for him pretty much all across the board, probably except for the Brexiteer Scots, which is, you can include the fishermen in all that. So the question is now, what's he going to do? I think that we need to hold his feet to the fire now over this. The fishermen need to really stand up, because if the EU lose access to the UK fishing waters, it's clear that that's a big deal for him. Now, that is something that Boris can use as a leverage in a trade deal, but I don't think he should. I think it should be a red line. We take back total control of our fishing waters. If you don't like it, it's not a problem, because if you want British fish, we'll sell it to you, no problem. So I think that's a perfectly sound deal, but Boris must not sell out the fishermen. The working class people, he has been voted in by many working class people this time. If he sells that out in order to take care of the bankers and the financial sector and all the rich people, I think he's gonna fall on his arse. That means that you could get a Labour government next time. Let's pray that doesn't happen. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you something absolutely crazy. This is what I'm stood in here, right? It's just a normal grouse shooting boat, which you find in the moors all over these areas around here. But what's crazy about this is that it's been built right in the middle of a lake. And they've built this causeway out here. Goes, whoa, icy on the stones. Goes out all the way out to the shore out there. And they've had to do this by hand because there is no way that you could get machinery up here to do this. Turn around this lake. I'm sorry about the visibility because the fog's come down. And then this is where they shoot the grouse. Right, now why would they do that? Why would they spend all that effort? That must have taken them some bloody serious time to do that. They spent all that effort there doing that just to put this in the middle of a lake. Why would they do that? How mad is that? But the only thing that I can think is that they've been using this to shoot things other than grouse. Now I'm guessing that this lake here, and it's quite a big lake actually, will attract ducks and things like that. And I really hope that they haven't been doing that, shooting ducks. I just hope they haven't. Because they've been shooting something, because right there is an empty shell. There's an empty shell right there, so they've been shooting something. But that is pretty crazy, that. It's a shame I can't get better visibility, because that is just madness. Thanks for watching, until next time, easy.